Thank you guys for clicking on the video. We're back with another franchise hockey manager video, and today I want to do sort of a mid-season report, just give you guys an update on the team, how things are looking, and around the league as well. We're just about, according to the standings, you can see in the right we have 52 games played. We're a little bit over halfway through the season, and I wanted to just go around and just go over our team, just give you guys some more context to the overall just lay out and try and create storylines for you guys, because I feel like it's more engaging as a viewer to know what's happening around the NHL, so you have context when we're playing games as opposed to just mass simming and seeing the standings. So first, Galchenyuk signs with Montreal. We look at Ryan Strome sticking with New York. Edmonton re-signs Nuge. And we talked about a last video, a lot of trades. Specifically, LA was making some moves, trading some pieces. Buffalo and Dallas, you see there. Teams are making moves and trying to get better. And if you look at the standings, we had the board conference update. Let's check that out. A great success the last month. We are 9-2-1. Let's just check the NHL and see what's going on, standings as a whole. So in the league, we are up by a point over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Big things to look at is the goal differential. We're 35, which, it's good. You look at the Edmonton Oilers, and it's amazing that they are only one game back. But look at their goal differential is plus 45. So if we go break it down then into conference, naturally we're first, still Tampa Bay behind us. And then compared to the league, if you look at the league, you see much more, it's much closer, with Edmonton there, New York Islanders. Then you go in the conference, Islanders are there, there's a 4-point gap. But still, a 4-point gap is, a couple games, in a week this could change. We still have Carolina all the way down to the Capitals, Senators, making that run for that 8th spot. It's very tight right now. If you look at, we're just as good on the road as we are at home, which is very good to hear. You look at some of the other teams in the NHL. Ironically, the Islanders are terrible at home, but they do very well on the road. So you would imagine if the Islanders could sort of turn that around at home, they would be even better and probably ahead of us, because you look at their team right now. I mean, their team it's really good, and they're on the verge, some could say, of a modern dynasty. And if you look at their stats for offense, let's just check points real quickly. You can see that Tavares, Johansson, Strome. I think the Islanders just re-signed Strome. If I'm not mistaken, that may have been a different Strome. But I think he's coming off a contract extension. Let me check real quick. Yeah, he's sticking with New York. That was it. And so he signed for 8.6 for 6 years. So they're paying him a lot of money. Doc Hall, he's doing well. I mean, all their players are good, 4 stars if not more. If we can look at their advanced stats, I mean, it's good. It's good. Some people give up more shots than other. But still, I mean, their team, if you look at how it shapes up, I mean, the forwards may dip a little, but even still, their dip into the negatives aren't too bad. So, in my opinion, I'm not too much, onto the advanced stats. But again, nonetheless, the Islanders are doing a fantastic job. So, we'll go back to the division. We'll break it down even further. Tampa Bay, we've already gone over this. New Jersey, just like the Islanders, they're really close. I mean, we're talking a week span of games. If we lose a couple, New Jersey wins, they could bump up their team. Let's take a look real quick at their team. And they're really good at home. I'll show you guys, but they sort of struggle on the road. But they're all, mostly 4-star. And, 4 stars, they have a couple 3.5, but so do we. And if you look at, let's just check their stats, who's shaping up for them. Zaka, Kachuk, Larson, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. I think their forwards, their defense looks. Let's just check the defense real quick. So shots blocked, Spencer is leading the team by a lot. 23 is a good defenseman. You look at their D. I mean, their D is pretty solid, 4 stars, a couple 3.5. But It's all right. I think what the problem is, if you look at the standings, they just can't win at home. They're almost opposite of Edmonton, I think, because Edmonton had that same problem. They can't win on the road. Or no, no, who was it? It was the Islanders. They can't win at home, and then you go and look at New Jersey. They can win at home. They just can't win away from their home arena. So, it's interesting to see that. Let's take a look at our standings and where we rank. Pretty good in everything except the PK. I mean, that's been the big problem. Zucker, Couturier, Hurdle, goals, assists. Has led the season all season long in assists, and it's amazing that a defenseman can do that, outdoing a Couturier. Zucker, he's been a huge pickup for us. A couple of years ago when we got him, if not last year, I don't know the timeline. He's been such an important pickup for us, and I'm really happy with the player he's turned out to be. Kulikov. I mean, Kulikov's having a phenomenal year, and we originally traded for him, I think, in the first or second season, and he has really paved the way. You look at his career stats. Yeah, we traded for him back, I think, in the first year we made a move, and look at his points. It's just gotten better and better and better, and his assist numbers are really good. Goals, last season he almost had 20 goals, which is his career high is 19 right now. 52 games, 5. I don't know if he's going to match, 19, but he is on pace to easily surpass his assists from last year, and we're almost halfway through. So he's having a great season, really not too much to complain about. The PK, I just don't know what to do. We look at the penalty kill. We have Lawton and Silverberg. I think I should switch that up, but I don't know who do I put. I mean, who do I? Adam has 13 defense. We go over to Morardi, if that's how you say his name. He has 13. I mean, we can try him out. Maybe I think probably in the off, switch him. I just don't. Who do we want to take a chance with on that PK? I mean, you can switch Adam up there, try it out. I guess. I mean, if we wanted to, we could run Giroux on the PK. Try and switch him and Lawton. Maybe that would make a difference. I honestly don't know. It's been tough, and it's been tough. I don't know. I don't know too much what to do with the PK. I mean, I think as a whole, I think we need to spend more money because we have 5 million cap space, and we could make a trade at the deadline to get a more solid third liner if it hasn't already passed. Okay, it hasn't passed. Good. So we could make more of a move at the trade deadline to really bring in a third liner that is defensive minded because we have 5 mil. Bring in like a rental player, possibly, because I think that would be the time to do that. We trade Cooper, get him out of here. He's a -7. I know plus minus is extremely criticized because it's whatever, but still, nonetheless, I mean, he's not really doing too much for us, and his ratings, even though he won Rookie of the Year in the AHL, his ratings it's his offense, and his scouting says that he can develop. It's there. He's unhappy. I mean, we could use him as trade bait to bring in a more defensive player, but again, if we bring in a more solidified third liner for a year, maybe make that push. I mean, what do we have in terms of draft picks? Let's just see real quick. Draft picks. So we have 1, 2 seconds, 2/3, a fifth, and a seventh. I mean, we could use some of those, 2/3, 2 seconds. We could try and package those to bring in a person that can stay on the third line long term. Maybe even make that push to solidify that, that area, because the top two lines have always been strong for us. And I think that's been sort of my problem is that, I've tried in the past, we haven't made the playoffs, and I've retooled the first two lines, and sort of my afterthought has been trying to fix the bottom two because of the outside of Scott Lawton, the bottom two struggle to score. Well, in the past, they haven't always struggled to score. They've been able to score some lines in the past. But then they just can't keep the puck out of the net. We need these two lines to be shut down defensive lines, and they just aren't for us. They just aren't. And so, what do we do to make those two lines stronger? Again, trades, but I understand trading is an option. Um, I understand that, but we have players that are going to we're going to want to stick around for us. And not even at the AHL level, we have Seth Jones coming up. Lawton's probably going to want more money. Travis is going to want more money. Uh, these guys can probably walk. That's why we could probably afford to trade them this year, try and get a rental player for 1 year, load them up, try and make that push. But we have Savard, Luik. And actually, it's interesting. Luik has dropped to 3.5. I think he's dropped. And the weakest part of his game seems to be prone to injuries. Yeah, so Luik is. I think that's how you say his name. If it's wrong, I apologize. But Kulikov is going to want. Not Kulikov. Who was I talking about? Travis is going to want more Savard. We may let Savard walk. In all honesty, I think we may let Savard walk. Purely out of 30, he's going to want a big deal. Like, he's going to probably want 5 mil, 5, 6 mil, because this is probably going to be his last main contract in the NHL. He's not really going to develop much further. He's been a third liner. He's been a solid third line. I know when we made the trade for him, we thought, I don't know if we won the cup with him. We may have to check real quick. Yeah, we made that big trade. I think the next season. Oh, we did win with him. Once we made that trade, we did win. So that season, he won the cup with us in 17, and so we go to career stats. So that 17 season, we won the cup, and he just came in and chipped along, but then his yeah, sorry. I was looking. He had a good season. I forgot to add the two seasons together to get the total. But he had 57 points. That was his best year. That was his best year, and then he sort of tinkered off and he slowly just stayed steady. 30 points. Last year he had or excuse me, after this I was got mixed up the Pems. After that trade, he had 57 points. That was his peak. And then these 3 years, it's been 43, 40, 41. He's plateaued. So he got us a cup, which is great. But I think it's going to be time for him to walk. I think so. So we may let him walk. Again, there's a lot of things we can do, but I just wanted to give you guys the mid-season report and just talk to you guys, let you know how I'm thinking. Scouting, we need to hire a lot more scouts. Actually, I didn't even realize that. So we're just gonna go in the personnel real quick, and we're gonna try and find some more scouts because I think we're a little bit understaffed in that. So we'll go free agents. Let's go scouting, and let's try and find. I just need to hire some scouts to make them. I have to look at their region, but also, I just want to hire some scouts just to get them in the mix. Let them just get them going, get them out there, and I may have to wait till the off season because it seems like a lot of this is like, oh, Ontario, that's good, we'll take that. 4 seasons. And then let's see, scouting. AI can assign them, get them going. Personnel. I can fill out the scouts later. But so I think that's what that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to check in with you guys. Let's see just as a whole where everyone stands in the NHL. So let's go stats real quick. I have to get ready and leave for work, but we're just gonna take a quick look at the stats and then we'll end the video. I got lost in the game for a second. So Crosby is leading in goals. It seems like every year he does that. Kucherov is there. Tavares right behind him. Monahan. Austin Matthews is really taking it up a notch. You see his career going back a little bit. 73 points. You know, he's averaged like 30. He's going. I think he's going to eclipse his 37 goal mark from 18 to 19 this year because he has 20 goals already. He's having a great season. Zucker playing well. I think he can get up there. You know, he was almost a 50 goal scorer last season, so we'll see. Ovechkin at 35. You know, it would be interesting. You know, for the sake of the GM mode, let's just check. Ovi has 1 year left on his deal at 10 mil. $10 million. Wow. Ovechkin has yet to win a cup. Wait a minute. That's interesting. Oh, okay, I see. Ovechkin has yet to win a cup, and you look at his career stats. You know, he has just been he's been a monster. I mean, could we try and trade? I mean, it would be dumb to trade Hurdle. You know, I'm not saying we would, but it would be interesting to trade Hurdle for Ovechkin and just try and make that push. I'm not saying it would happen, but it would be interesting. So we're gonna take a look. You know, Tavares is leading the league in shots. Voracek plus minus again. Voracek seems to hold that down very well for us. We're gonna take a look at a couple more things. Power play goals. Kucherov, Monahan, Ovi up there. And really, you know, outside of that face-off percentage, Bergeron still clicking at 35, going strong. Strome in there in the mix. You guys can see all the stats and all that stuff. So I'm going to leave it here, guys. I just wanted to check in with you guys, give you guys an update on the season as a whole. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know sort of what to do. We're going to take a look at goalie leaders in the NHL. Ironically, you don't see. Oh, you see Evan in time on ice. That's pretty much what he controls. And shutouts. Evans there, and Evans in wins at 30, and goals against average. So there it is. Jimmy Howard. Is there a minimum for these? How many games has he played? Oh, he's played 10 games. That's why it's such a low GAA. So, anyways, we're gonna leave it here, guys. Here's how the team's looking. I wanted to check in. The AHL affiliates, they are doing well. You see the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, they're having a good season so far. I may check in with them at the beginning of the next video. We're gonna continue the simulation. The schedule, we're doing all right, man. We can pretty much, you know. I may come back and do another video talking about trying to trade for a third liner because I think we could make a move with that with the draft picks. I mean, we have a lot of unsigned draftees. We can, you know, we can plug them in when ready, when they're good to go. But outside of that, I mean, I think we're in position to make a move at the deadline. And I've never really been a deadline kind of guy. You know, you see me, I thought, well, we couldn't really improve. And even though we're first in the NHL, you know, it's like, do we really need to make a move? But I do think we need to make a move. Because I think in the years past, we've been first and we've assumed, all right, we're going to have enough to get to the Stanley Cup or at least the conference finals, and we don't get there. I think this year, considering we have a good enough defense, a good enough offense, we have one of the better goal differentials in the NHL. I mean, right now, if you go to the league, we're looking at top four. We're top four best goal differentials, and you look at GA. I mean, if you sort the goals against, I'll do that another time. But still, 140 is pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. And so I think we bring in a third liner who's defensive in nature, could occasionally score, and I want to help out the third and fourth line. So I'll leave that here for you guys. Let me know how you like this midseason update. Do you like it better because you feel more connected to the game and the universe? Let me know down below. I am Sully. Take care, and I will see you hopefully in the next video.